Hey guys, it's Sam. Happy Thursday. It is Thursday, October 8th, 2009. This week we are talking about the pressure to transition or not being genderqueer people. That's actually a fantastic topic, and one that my views have changed on over time. I guess I would have said prior to the past couple months, I might have said that I did feel a pressure to transition because before recently, I used to feel like having a genderqueer identity was not seen, and I still think it's not seen, but I feel differently about it. And that it's interesting that people want to put you in boxes, and there's, the male box, the female box, and then more recently, sorry, I'm allergic to my cat, and my nose is going crazy. In more recent, couple years or whatever, at least in certain circles, it's become more accepted to be trans in a specific way, I think. And, people can put you in the mailbox and the female box. Put you in the mailbox. That's funny. But they can also put you in the trans box, and I think that that's becoming something that's more prevalent. But that only really affects a certain kind of transition, in my opinion, and at this point in time. I think that for those of us who perhaps would want to transition, but for different reasons, and still maintaining our current gender identity, that's a little different, and it's kind of uncharted territory. So I would have said that I felt pressure to transition before because being genderqueer is something that people can't very easily put you into a box with. But, sorry, I'm a little cracked out, a little tired. But my views on all of this has changed recently, and I actually don't feel pressure to transition right now. Instead, I feel like the pressure to transition is coming from inside of myself, and the pressure that I'm getting from externally is to not transition. And that's totally interesting and a shift and different. Let me check my notes. Sorry, that's really foul. Sorry, guys. Okay, because I really don't want to have to edit this. Hold on a second. Putting you down there. Here, have a look at the pretty backyard while I blow my nose so that you don't have to see it. Okay, hopefully that wasn't disgusting. Now I can stop. Okay. And this has been a really interesting shift from external to internal. And I think for many, many reasons, I'm feeling the personal pressure to transition because of how I feel about my body. I don't want the chest that I have anymore. I want the weight distribution, the redistribution that testosterone would offer. Voice drop would be cool. I kind of like my face, the shape that it is, but I could handle it changing. I don't really want to become that hairy, and I think I'd turn into an ape, so that's a consideration. But like on a deeper level, I want to maintain my genderqueer identity, but change my baseline sex to build that identity off of. So right now it's female, basing genderqueer off of, and I'm having trouble dealing with that. So I would prefer, I think, and this is where lots of time and lots of thinking come in, but I think that I'm looking down a possible path of transition to change my physical sex, but in no way to change my genderqueer identity, because I don't really see that changing. I'm pretty solid in that. What I do feel externally is pressure to not transition, because I wouldn't be transitioning for the same reasons that a more, in general, accepted way of transitioning. Wow, my words aren't coming together at all. Because I wouldn't be transitioning for the same reasons that the more accepted trans box folks are. And there's totally nothing wrong with being trans in a certain way and trans in other ways, like, for real. I don't fit that way personally, so I can't put myself in that box, even though I actually find boxes helpful, or purposefully not being in a box helpful. Oh my god, my fucking nose. So no disrespect or anything to those who may fit into these boxes more easily. I just mean, for me, it would be for different reasons, I think. But maybe I'm generalizing the more accepted trans experience, which I probably am, because it comes from a place of assumption and little actual knowledge, so apologies. But as far as I can tell, this is how I feel. And like we were saying, forever ago, when Dylan and JT and I made those videos together in San Francisco, like, I feel like my path is parallel to a trans experience, and I didn't used to think that those paths would intersect at all, but I'm feeling like they're kind of, going along, and then I'm kind of like swerving in and swerving out, and swerving in and swerving out, and kind of taking certain aspects of transition and the trans experience and applying them to myself, if that makes sense. Because, even after saying all of this, that's only using the word trans in a very specific way. And I do actually identify as trans these days, in that, A, the fuck the binary kind of way, and B, because I do actually want to change my physical body. So that seems transsexual, not transgendered. Ooh, I think I just made a connection. It's kind of transsexual, not transgendered. Well, no, it's kind of both. It's kind of both. If I can be transgendered and genderqueer and transsexual all at the same time. Ooh, this sounds like fun, doesn't it? Okay, 8 minutes. So let me see if there's anything else on my list of joy that I haven't talked about. If you transition, yeah, I mean, like, I'm concerned if I do decide to transition that the world won't know that I'm genderqueer. So that's a personal pressure from myself to not transition, because I don't want to lose this part of myself. I also don't want to lose my queer identity if I transition and I'm not seen as queer anymore. But I'm pretty sure if I did, I would just be seen as a gay boy, and that's fine with me. I think people understand me as in between. Oh, yeah, the pressure to not transition. I think that people who really understand me understand that I feel really in between. And when I talk about transition, the instinct reaction would be, why do you want to do that? You don't identify as a man, you identify as in between. So it's a matter of explaining, oh gosh, 9:14. Okay, it's a matter of explaining, yes, I still feel quite affirmed and happy in my genderqueer identity, but I want to change my baseline sex. And I think that that's forging a new path, and, that's okay. And I just have to kind of figure it out as I go and be really truthful with myself. Okay, so that's all I've got. I really have to go blow my nose. This is foul. I hope everyone's having a great week, and I will talk to you guys soon. Okay, bye.